What's up, comic fans, and it's time to get into the books I purchased this week. So we're gonna do the new comic book day haul plus review. We're gonna get into all these dope books that I picked up. We got some 50 centers, we got some slightly older books, and by older I mean last week. But we're gonna get into all the books right after this.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Welcome back. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Throw me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you would be so kind as to do that. If not, then don't do it. Alright, so let's get into the books this week. I think we'll start off with a pickup from last week. I just had to pick this up because I thought this cover was dope. This is Grimm number 3. This is the Lee and Hyuk cover. Or did I say it wrong? No, it's Lee and Hyuk. I always get confused if it's In-Hyuk Lee or Lee and Hyuk. Yeah, there you go. So I just thought this cover was dope. I saw it in one store, but it was like really banged up, and I was like, I'm not paying full price for that. I'll wait till it gets to the dollar bin. Then I saw it at another store, and it was minty. And I said, yes, please. So that's from like last week. All right, so we also picked up some 50 centers, so we'll get into those. Nothing super banging, I guess, but we'll find out. First off, we got Axis number 1. This is the first appearance of Onslaught. There was like a little hype behind this book, not a ton, but you know, at San Diego Comic-Con, just passing, a lot of things, got talked about. A lot of things are just floating out there. A lot of rumors, but obviously this is it's an X-Men and Avengers book. So anything that kind of puts those two together, you know, there's a lot of theories about how the X-Men are going to arrive and, you know, what kind of storylines they'll do. So this book, the first appearance of Onslaught, it's got some X-Men Avengers goodness in it. It was 50 cents, like I said. The hype didn't really move the needle on this book, but I have seen this book going for like upwards of $8. So I figured, why not for 50 cents? Alright, next up is just a dope cover. This is Ultimate Spider-Man number 2. This is the second volume. Alright, so I just thought this was a dope cover. It also happens to be the first appearance of a group called the Bombshells, a mother and daughter team. So, I don't know. But yeah, again, just a cool dope cover. And I don't know, this book goes for about, I'd say cover, but I bought it for 50 cents. So even if I sold it for cover price, profit. Alright, the next book was probably the best find I had. This is Black number 1 by Black Mask Studios. Right, and Black number 1 goes for about $30. And I have a CGC of it, but I think I put it away. But anyway, yeah, this one, the first issue, cover A, goes for raw, probably about $20. Slabs probably 100. I don't know what this goes for slabs. I didn't look that up. But this book itself goes for about $30. So 30 to 35. I've been seen number 40. This is a 1-in-5 ratio by the cover artist Ashley Woods. That's cool. It's like a painted kind of cover. Yeah, so I picked that up. 50 cents. $30 book. So, you know, just keep digging. Alright, so now we'll start off with some, we'll go into this week's books. Let's go! And we got Detective Comics, Batman Detective Comics, issue number 1062. We got Rom V taking over here. This book was very poetic. That's the best way I can put it. That's how I feel like the writing was. There was a lot of mystery and intrigue and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm gonna reread it. See what I think. But yeah, it seems like Batman is dealing with some issues. Most of all, maybe getting a little too long in the tooth to be Batman. Alright, next up, we've got One Dark Knight. This is the B cover. This is the Bill Sienkiewicz cover. I gotta go and get me my magazine size bag and board from upstairs, but Boom. I just thought this was like the cover of the week. I did not read it. This was basically a cover buy, but this is a jock book, and it does not look bad. It's got some good art inside. I guess I can show you some if I was looking at it. Let's see if I can find your next splash page. So here's one where Batman's all bloody. But yeah, I just thought this cover was dope, so we picked that up. So that's one Dark Knight. That's issue number 3. I believe it's issue 3. Yeah, issue 3. Cover B. Just a cover B. Pretty dope. All right, let's get into the rest of the books I picked up. We'll go with some. Let's go with Marvel. So starting off with Marvel, we got Strange number 4. I have not read this book yet. I did like the first 2 issues, but you got Shadow Knight in this one. It's the reintroduction of Shadow Knight, so it's like the second time, I guess. He's the evil brother of Mark Spector. All right, so you got that. So like I said, didn't read that. Then we got Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man number 6, which is Legacy issue number 900. I got 2 covers. This one is the first cover appearance of the Sinister Adaptoid, so it's a front and back cover. You'll just have to believe me because I had a hard time putting it in this. I need a bigger bag and board, so I'm not gonna try to squeeze this out. But you can see the Doc Ock-like arms there, and Sinister Adaptoid pretty much has all the powers of the Sinister Six, and also all of the failures, if you will, all of the negatives of the Sinister Six. And I got the A cover. So, it's just a touching story about, Spider-Man being Spider-Man regardless of whether you're a villain or a hero. He's going to help you. And the living brain kind of helps the living brain. And the living brain's main objective is to find out, who Spider-Man is. And he does say these touching things about what Spider-Man represents and stuff like that. It's a good read. Nothing amazing, but it's a good overall read for issue 900. Definitely worth the pickup. It's kind of in the same universe, but doesn't really tie into what we've had with issues 1 through 5. I think they kind of went off the tracks a little bit for number 900 just to do a tribute to Spider-Man. And that's kind of what that is. All right, next up we got Venom number 9. This was perhaps my most disappointing read of the week. I'm not sure how much longer I'll stick with Venom. We'll see where it goes. It's just very convoluted. They keep switching from Ron V to Al Ewing. Al Ewing handles, more of the Brock stuff, the Eddie stuff, and this was an Al Ewing book. Ron V does more of the Dylan stuff, but basically, Meridius, who's like another King in Black from the future, is, playing games with Eddie, who's kind of stuck after he used his powers. He's kind of stuck in like this time warp. He can travel back and forth, but he can only stay in one place for so long. And he's trying to, Meridius is trying to get Dylan, under his control. So, and you got Kang. Kang's involved in it. Gives Eddie some advice on how to go back and forth through the time stream, but obviously it's Kang, so he's also in cahoots with Meridius. So it's an interesting book. Just a lot going on. And I think when you read Venom, you don't want to think too much. At least in my personal opinion, you want a little bit more action. So I think that's what that one is missing. All right, we got Dr. Aphra number 22. This is an interesting book. This gives us a look into Dr. Aphra's mind. She's been taken over by this ascendant technology, the Spark, which is machine-based, but it's now fused itself with Dr. Aphra and kind of controlling her body. It's a really interesting read. I'm interested to see where it goes. There could be some new characters introduced in issue 23, by the way. Just a little warning. So, with Star Wars, anytime there's a new character, there's an opportunity for some speculation there. Some of you hate that word. Some of you love that word. But the other reason I got this book is you got Ventress on the cover. Not sure if this is her first cover appearance, but probably not. But she's got, you know, her lightsabers. And these covers they've been doing kind of spotlight all these characters' lightsabers. Villain or Sith or Jedi, put it that way. Yeah, so they've been doing all these lightsaber covers. Alright, let's get into the indies. It's time for the indies. I know we all love some indie books. Anyway, we got House of Slaughter, Scarlet Part 2, Issue 7. They really switched gears on this, so we're not seeing so much of Aaron anymore in these books. There's kind of a new character in the House of Slaughter. This is all leading up to them tracking, obviously, Aaron, who's kind of gone off the rails a little bit, but interesting issue. It's pretty good. You know, it's very poetic, very artsy, which is a total change from what you get with Something Is Killing the Children. Something Killing the Children is a little bit more in your face, action packed. This is a little slower, a little bit more, you know, wordy, a little bit more, I don't want to say thought provoking, but definitely more story oriented than Something Is Killing the Children, which is more character oriented. Next up, we have Canto number 2, Tales of the Unnamed World. It's a good book. It's another good Canto tale. I always say about Canto, you can give this to a kid or you can give this to an adult. It's approachable for everybody. Everybody can share this book. All right. Anyway, you got this character. His name escapes me right now, but he's like a, I would say, you ever hear the story about like the trolls who guard bridges and you gotta tell them a riddle and, you know, trick them? Well, this is basically along the same lines, but this guy wants to hear a story that he's never heard before, and Kanto figures out the only story he hasn't heard before is a story involving him and, you know, Kanto, and how Kanto would see the future going. And so he tricks this guy, and he ends up being like this demon. Originally he was a kid, but who digressed into a demon or whatever. But excellent fairy tale type story. Definitely got to get part 1 though to understand part 2. Last but not least, we got my favorite book of the week. We have Something Is Killing the Children, and this is the unlockable one in it's the unlockable ratio, not even ratio, it's the unlockable variant, but this is the 1 in 25 unlockable, which means you don't have to get, like, you don't get one for every 25. Your store had to order 25 books and then they could just unlock this and order as many as they want. This is your number 25, 40-page spectacular. And the cover right here, on the cover is Cutter. And let me tell you, this book it's good. It's really good. It's so good that this character does something in the book that made me absolutely hate the fact that I bought this cover. And that's what you want out of a book, right? That's what you want out of a comic you buy. So I think Tynion has done such a great job with it, because you have Erica Slaughter, who you absolutely adore and love, and then you have this new character, Cutter, which you hate and revile so much that you don't even want to see her on the cover. But I'll give you a quick synopsis of this book, a quick review. Erica's in a town. She's trying to save the kids again from a creature, duplicity, I believe is what they call it. And it's one of those creatures that nobody believes you can bring down by yourself. But Erica has gone rogue, she's gone solo, and now she's trying to save this town. She's trying to do it without the Order, trying to do it on her own. The Order doesn't like that. The Order has a strict set of rules that you must follow. If you don't follow them, and there's consequences. The consequence in this particular set of story is that the Order is sending Cutter after Erica to assassinate her. So you have Erica fighting this creature that nobody believes you can bring down on your own. You need help, you need a team. She doesn't have a team, she's going solo. But now the team that would have helped her had she stayed, as part of the group, wants to kill her. So she's got an undefeatable creature and an assassin coming after her. So it seems like things in this book are going to get bananas. Something's killing the children from here on out. Again, this character Cutter does something so revile in this book that I was like, why did I buy this cover? I should have just got cover A. But you know what? That is just great storytelling, right? The writer, James Tynion, has created a world that we are now engrossed in, or at least that I'm engrossed in. It has characters that I actually care for and characters I don't. You know, you want your villains to be villains. You want people not to like the villain, and you want your heroes, you know, you want to root for the hero. You want to be, you know, in love with your heroes, and that's exactly what he's done with this book. All right, comic fans, that's it. That was my new comic book day haul review, you know, and haul and review. And I don't know, I'm repeating myself, but we got some good stuff here. We got some good 50-cent books. We got some good Marvel books, and we got excellent indie books. Oh, and let's not forget this masterpiece by Bill Sienkiewicz. Try saying Bill Sienkiewicz 3 times fast. Damn. Anyway, comic fans, do what you do. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna get ready for next week's books. Peace. Bam! You didn't see that coming.